The 2010 Revised Manual of Regulations for Private Schools and Basic Education, issued by the Department of Education, DepED, through DepED Order No. 88, S. 2010, serves as a comprehensive framework to guide private educational institutions in the Philippines. It outlines the standards and policies necessary for the establishment, operation, and governance of private schools, ensuring their alignment with the national goals of education. The manual highlights the importance of private schools in the broader educational ecosystem, emphasizing their role in providing quality education and supplementing public education initiatives. One of the key provisions of the manual focuses on the application for permits and recognition. Private schools intending to operate new institutions or introduce additional grade levels must secure the necessary permits from DepED. Applications are required to be submitted by August 30th of the preceding school year to allow sufficient time for review, inspection, and approval. The process involves compliance with specific requirements, including documentary submissions, facility inspections, and adherence to prescribed timelines. The manual underscores the responsibility of DepED regional offices to facilitate these processes efficiently and transparently. The manual also provides detailed guidelines on curriculum implementation. Private schools are mandated to adopt the national curriculum standards, particularly in the context of the K-12 basic education program. This ensures uniformity in educational content and quality across public and private institutions. Schools are given flexibility to enrich the curriculum through additional subjects or programs, provided these align with DepED standards and enhance student learning outcomes. Regular monitoring and evaluation by DepED aim to ensure that private schools maintain high-quality education while adhering to these standards. Another critical area addressed in the manual pertains to faculty qualifications and professional development. The regulations specify minimum educational and professional requirements for teaching and administrative personnel. Teachers in private schools are expected to meet the same qualifications as their counterparts in public schools, including holding appropriate licenses or certifications. The manual encourages schools to invest in continuous professional development for their educators, ensuring they remain updated with the latest teaching strategies and content knowledge. School facilities and resources are another focus of the manual. Private schools must provide a learning environment conducive to education, which includes classrooms, libraries, laboratories, and other essential facilities. DepED outlines the minimum standards for these facilities to ensure safety, accessibility, and effectiveness. Schools are also required to adopt measures that promote inclusivity, catering to students with special needs and ensuring a non-discriminatory learning environment. In addition to operational standards, the manual addresses the governance and financial management of private schools. It emphasizes accountability and transparency in school administration, including financial reporting and tuition fee adjustments. Schools must seek DepED approval for any increases in tuition fees, ensuring these are justifiable and communicated clearly to stakeholders. Governance provisions also highlight the importance of forming parent-teacher associations, PTAs, to foster collaboration among educators, parents, and the broader school community. The role of private education in the Philippines is underscored throughout the manual. Private schools play a vital role in complementing public education, particularly in urban areas where public schools are often overcrowded. By providing alternative education options, private schools help alleviate the pressure on public institutions and contribute to achieving universal access to quality education. This is particularly evident at the senior high school, SHS, level, where private schools accommodate a significant share of the student population. Amendments to the manual, such as those introduced through DepED Orders No. 11, S. 2011, and No. 41, S. 2022, have further refined its provisions to address evolving educational needs. These updates clarify application processes, strengthen monitoring mechanisms, and align policies with the enhanced basic education program. The amendments ensure that private schools continue to adapt to changes in the educational landscape, particularly in light of challenges such as the COVID-19 pandemic. The relationship between public and private education in the Philippines is built on a cooperative framework designed to ensure universal access to quality education. Private schools play a crucial role in easing the burden on the public education system by accommodating learners who may otherwise contribute to overcrowding in public schools. This partnership allows for a more balanced distribution of students, particularly in urban areas where public school facilities and resources are often overstretched. Public and private schools work together to complement each other's strengths, ensuring a more robust and diverse educational landscape. Private education has historically played a significant role in Philippine education, particularly during periods when public schools faced capacity limitations. However, shifts in enrollment patterns have occurred over the years due to government initiatives to provide free and universal public education. For example, prior to 1987, private schools dominated secondary education, accounting for about 65% of total high school enrollment. This share steadily declined following government programs aimed at expanding public high schools. Despite this, private schools have continued to play a vital role in specific areas such as senior high school education and providing alternatives for specialized academic tracks. The 2010 Revised Manual of Regulations for Private Schools. The 2010 Revised Manual of Regulations for Private Schools serves as a comprehensive guide for the establishment, operation, and regulation of private educational institutions in the Philippines. This manual outlines the roles and responsibilities of private schools in delivering quality education and ensuring compliance with national educational standards. Key provisions in the manual include guidelines on school administration. Private schools are required to comply with policies on governance, teacher qualifications, and curriculum standards set by the Department of Education. Licensing and accreditation. Private schools must secure permits and recognition from the Department of Education before operating. Regular evaluations are conducted to ensure compliance with quality standards. Fee regulation. The manual sets protocols for tuition fee increases, requiring private schools to consult stakeholders such as parents and teachers before implementing changes. Student welfare. Private schools are mandated to adopt measures that prioritize student safety, including anti-bullying policies and emergency preparedness plans. Teacher welfare. Provisions include guidelines on fair compensation, benefits, and professional development opportunities for teachers in private institutions. The manual also emphasizes the importance of maintaining quality and inclusivity in private education, encouraging schools to innovate while adhering to national educational goals. Government assistance to private schools. The government recognizes the importance of private education in the broader educational framework and provides various forms of assistance to support its development. This assistance is essential in maintaining the sustainability of private schools, especially smaller institutions that may struggle with operational costs. One key program is the Education Service Contracting Program, which is a component of the government assistance to students and teachers in private education. This program subsidizes tuition fees for students in private schools to encourage parents to consider private education as a viable option. The government provides subsidies ranging from 11,000 pesos to 13,000 pesos per student per year, depending on the school's location. Schools in Metro Manila generally receive the higher subsidy rate due to higher operational costs. Eligible students are typically incoming grade 7 learners, and the subsidy is maintained as long as the student progresses to higher grades without transferring to another school. The Senior High School Voucher Program is another significant initiative. It extends financial assistance to students enrolling in private senior high schools or non-Department of Education public schools, such as local colleges and universities. The voucher amounts vary by location, with 22,500 pesos for students in Metro Manila, 20,000 pesos for students in highly urbanized cities outside Metro Manila, and 17,500 pesos for students in other locations. These amounts help cover tuition and other fees, encouraging broader access to private education. In addition to student-focused programs, the Teacher Salary Subsidy program provides financial support to licensed teachers and education service contracting participating private schools. This ensures that educators receive competitive salaries, thereby improving teacher retention and instructional quality in private institutions. Scholarships and financial aid programs. Aside from the government assistance to students and teachers in private education programs, the government and private institutions offer scholarships to help students afford private education. The Private Education Assistance Committee manages the government assistance to students and teachers in private education programs in collaboration with the Department of Education. It also provides additional scholarships for students who excel academically or demonstrate financial need. Schools are encouraged to nominate students for these scholarships, fostering inclusivity in private education. For students progressing to higher education, the Commission on Higher Education provides scholarships and financial aid, such as the full merit and half-merit scholarships, which can be applied to tuition fees in private higher education institutions. Many local government units also offer scholarships and grants to their constituents, often including provisions for private school students, especially in regions where public schools are at capacity. Public-private synergy. The government actively encourages collaboration between public and private schools to address shared challenges and enhance educational quality. Examples of this synergy include teacher training programs. Public and private schools often participate in joint professional development initiatives organized by the Department of Education or third-party organizations. These programs help standardize teaching quality across both sectors. Shared use of facilities. In some cases, public and private schools share resources such as sports facilities, laboratories, or libraries, particularly during competitions or special events. Curriculum development and innovations. Private schools, with their flexibility, often serve as testing grounds for innovative teaching strategies and programs that can later be adopted by public schools. Impact of the partnership. The cooperative relationship between public and private education ensures that students receive a high-quality education regardless of their socio-economic background. Private schools contribute by absorbing a significant portion of the student population, especially in senior high school, where approximately 40% of students are enrolled in private institutions. This cooperation helps alleviate overcrowding in public schools, enhancing teacher-to-student ratios and improving learning conditions across the board. Addressing challenges. Despite this partnership, challenges remain, particularly in terms of resource allocation and the affordability of private education. The government continues to refine its policies and programs to address these issues, ensuring equitable access to education for all Filipino learners. By fostering collaboration and providing targeted support, the Philippines aims to create an inclusive and sustainable educational system that leverages the strengths of both public and private sectors.